Welcome and hello. Sorry I'm a little late with this video, but things are getting busy right about Christmas time and I haven't been feeling quite up to snuff, so apologies for that. Now let's dive right in. So today, if you're not familiar with Jessica the Dollhouse Curator, you've got to check her channel out. It's called the Dollhouse Curator. She came up with this really cute challenge. It's called the 12 Days of Christmas Challenge. So we have to create a doll diorama that's themed around the 12 days of Christmas. In her words, use a set amount of decor items to represent each day. Then you must include 3 things in your diorama: an angel, a fireplace, and at least one boy doll, because she's been doing a theme this year revolving around boy dolls. And then you have to create and post the video no later than December 25th, Christmas Day. And I'll link to Jessica the Dollhouse Curator's channel in the description box below, so please go visit her. So for me, my items are going to be one tree, and my theme is going to be pink Barbie glam, silver gold, you know, just glamming it up. So over here we have this tree I created a long time ago, snowflake themed. It does light up. So we have our tree, so we have one tree, 2 Christmas pillows. I won't sing because I'm a horrible, horrible singer. So our Christmas pillows are going to be themed with candy canes. So there's our 2 Christmas pillows. I made this one. This one was an ornament I purchased from Walmart. There's a video on that. I'll also link below on a bunch of stuff I got from Walmart that makes great decor. So 3 stockings. I also made these many, many years ago. There's 3 Barbie stockings filled with gifts for the Barbies. I really only have 4 ugly sweaters and then 1 kind of weird Santa coat. So that's what they're going to be wearing. The next item that I was going to use are Mini Brand's fashion shoes. I've got 2 pair right here. Don't worry, there are some dolls who are wearing those and they will show up. 6 Christmas candles made out of crayons. Now this is one of the crafts that we're going to do in this video. So I bought these jumbo crayons. So what you do is you just peel the wrapper off, and then these, we're going to cut them down. I'll show you how it works, and you're going to make wax candles. And using a tip of a hot glue gun, you can actually make them melt, and you can get these drips. But we'll go into that more later. I'm just nattering now. So we're going to have 7 mini Foodie brands. I don't have those out right now. We're going to go through them together and pull out what we think would be good for like a Christmas party, ugly sweater party spread. 8 Christmas cookies. I'm kind of cheating a little on this one. I was going to originally make them, but like I said, I'm not feeling quite up to snuff and I'm running out of time. So this plate of Barbie cookies that I think everybody has about 7 cookies on it. But I also have these that I got off of Temu. Oopsie! There we go. There's 3 chocolate graham cracker cookie type things and 2 ginger heart cookies. Or sugar cookies. So we're going to set those down. So we have more than 8. I don't think that is going to count against us, I hope. Now I also have 9 candy canes. So we've got 3 here. I've got the other 3 that came in a 6-pack years ago from Michael's here. And then I'm going to count the ones on the pillow. 7, 8, technically 10 if you count these. So maybe I'm cheating. 10 mini trees. So I'm going to scatter around the room when I put it together. As you can see, I've started a room here. There's 12 in here. 11 snowflakes. If you look really closely on the tree, and I will try to zoom in for you. There you go. Right here, you can see there's a snowflake. And there are actually, I think, 12 snowflake ornaments on this tree. So we've got 11 covered for sure. And there are 12 presents under that tree. So just counted them up real quick. So we have 12 presents under the tree, and that gives us our 12 days of Christmas. Now, you will notice that there are some things missing. We are supposed to have an angel, which we do. We have this vintage ornament right here. She's going to be like a floor decoration. We need 1 boy doll. This is the doll that I call Will. I believe he's Barbie looks number 18. Oops, I'm going to have to angle my camera up so you can see poor Will here. There. So there was our boy doll, Will. And you'll notice that the other thing that we're missing in this whole room, we do not have a fireplace. And I promised you a fireplace video on the Fieldstone fireplace, and we are still going to do that, but that's going to be our January. In January, we're going to do a ski lodge diorama, and in that one, we will cover the Fieldstone fireplace. But for today, this apartment belongs to Will's sister. Her name is Melanie, and she is the petite Barbie looks. I forget. She's got the Carl face, I think. This lovely lady right here. This is her apartment. Anyway, it is her apartment. She's a fashion editor, so she has a kind of this pink Barbie glitter glam thing going on. Because it's her apartment, we have to do a different type of fireplace. That is what we're going to do right now. We're just going to dive right in, and we're going to create this crazy, ultra-modern, mid-century flavor fireplace for those of you who like that sort of style. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a cereal box. Now, this is like a family mega size cereal box because all my walls are 16 inches tall, and this is 13 and a half tall. And that's about as big as cereal boxes come, but I want to make it work anyway. The thing you got to remember about cereal boxes is they do come, you know, with this waxy coating that you need to sand down if you really want to glue anything onto it, etc., so forth, so on. But what I discovered about this newer box is, look on the inside. It's actually white. I have never seen anything like it, and I was so excited because I want my fireplace to be white. So, and I will show you the inspiration photo right down here. I just went online, houzz.com, H-O-U-Z-Z, if you haven't seen it yet. That is one of my go-to inspiration. Alright, so I've sanded and I've wiped it down. You can see all the yellow schmutz. Tile's supposed to look like that, but that's all the dust that came off of it. So make sure you wipe it because it won't glue properly if you don't. Alright, so let's go ahead and glue this sucker inside out and see what we get. Okay, so here's our box. We got the flaps glued down, and if you're wondering why I didn't do that first, if you look real close, these, oops, let me flip it around to the other side. These little side pieces can butt up really hard against the sides here and bow it out. So by doing it this way, I can kind of control the pressure and make sure it's even, which keeps the box more squared up. So that's why I didn't do that first. And another thing you might be thinking is, why didn't you cut the opening first? Well, because I've never done this before, and so for me visually, just looking at the box and setting it around the scene, I can decide which side I want the opening to be on. So that's why I didn't do that. So now what we need to do is we need to plan where the opening and where the hearth is going to be. And I'm probably just going to use foam core for the hearth. So if it's a hearth you want folks to be able to sit on and enjoy the fire, then it needs to be 18 inches high, which is the average height of a chair seat. In Barbie land, that translates to 3 inches. So we know our opening is going to be at least 3 inches up, with a hearth coming off right pretty much even with it. If you look at our inspiration photo, you can see where we're going with this. So I am going to sketch out where the opening is going to be. I am going to measure up that 3 inches we talked about using my handy dandy quilting ruler here. And we're going to be covering this. I mean, you could, if you were very careful, you could just leave it white like this and it would just look like a wall. 6 inches there. And we're just eyeballing. This is just, you know, this is just us eyeballing it. 2 inches. That should be about 2 inches. Yeah. I think the height is good, but I think it's not coming over far enough, so we're just going to expand it. And as you can see, I'm really not trying to be too perfect about this. So if we imagine this open and standing up, yeah, that actually looks about right. So now we just got to bring it around the corner. There we go. Let's go ahead and see about cutting out this opening as best we can. But now that I'm getting an idea of what it looks like, then in the future when I go to cut these, I can do it while the box is still flat which would be a much smarter idea. Voila, we've got the front part cut out. So there we have it, our linear corner fireplace. Foam core down here and foam core up here, but it's going to come to just beneath the lip. So first we need to find out our dimensions on the interior here. So after measuring, this is what it looks like the interior of the box comes to. 3 5/8 wide by 9 3/8 long. So let's go cut some foam core. Okay, so we have a basic structure. Yay! So here it is. What I ended up doing was these pieces right here, I ended up cutting it down to about 9 1/4 from 9 3/8. It was just ever so slightly too long. It just goes to show, no matter what, how good you are, you think you're at measuring, sometimes it just doesn't come out right. And this is more or less prototype, so you know, but it did come out. So what I did was, for this part right here, I made these little supports. They are 2 7/8 inches long. And I just did 4 of them out of some scrap foam core. So that when I pushed this down in there to glue it in place, it would just stop at just the right level, which I made very even with the opening. Now, theoretically, it should probably go down a little further, because in a real fireplace, this would be filled with either lava rocks or even wood if it's a wood-burning fireplace. But, you know, it's us, and so I wasn't really thinking about that. So, yeah, I mean, is it a mistake? I don't think so, but it depends on how you wanted to build your fireplace. I'm doing mine this way. I might, in the future, put LEDs in there. Because this is foam core, it'd be very easy to just come in through the bottom here and punch holes and have the little LEDs pop up through. This is just paint. I used Americana lamp black. One other thing that I'm going to need to do is I made a second piece here. It's going to come down through the top, and it's going to block up on the interior here. And the reason that you do that is if you light it, you don't want to turn the lights on in the fireplace and then have light filtering in, because it'll just kind of ruin the effect, because you'll see it, especially if you turn the lights off in your room and then you turn the fireplace on. And this is actually a piece of foam core on the back, which is providing a support for this guy. So we will get it down in there and glue it in place as well. And that'll just help block everything off. And then one other thing we're going to need to do is we're going to reach up in there and we're going to paint all this black. We're just going to paint all that interior black once this second piece is glued in place. And I'm going to create a frame, because these usually have glass in them. And then you just take some acrylic from packaging or whatever, and you just create some little panels. I'm going to wait to do that because, like I said, I'm not sure how I'm going to light this thing yet, or if I'm going to light it. If I do, then I need to have access to this area to work. I can look into that. But for right now, this is their basic fireplace. So the next thing I want to do with this is I'm going to glue that top part in place. I'm going to finish painting the firebox black. And then we're going to cover it in the same brick paper that our background here, which you can't see right now, is covered in. Okay, time for a little tip or trick. We've gotten the inside all painted black and it's done. I was going to use the same white brick that I have on the background, but unfortunately when I went to look, I'm out of that paper. And I thought I had it, but I don't. So what I did was I just took a pencil, a regular everyday pencil, and I just running the side of the lead along here like this. I made this mark, and then I took the paper, which I've chosen this almost concrete pattern, because I want this to look very modern and monolithic, you know, just kind of like big and in your face. And I folded it down, and then I rubbed with my hand. And if you can see it, the top didn't come out so well, but you can see along the bottom, we got a really good line on where the opening is. And since we're going to be covering this anyway, I didn't mind rubbing it down with pencil. So now the top line is there. It's really faint, but it's there. So now we can very neatly, using an X-Acto knife, cut this opening out. And then when we go to wrap our fireplace, the opening should look pretty good. So here you go. As you can see, we didn't do too badly. And like I said, I'm going to be trimming this out with some dimensional, small dimension lumber. So, yeah, I think we're doing okay. Okay, so here's our finished, well, sort of finished fireplace. It's probably about 3/4 done. There's some trim and stuff that would need to be done, and like I said, I haven't done anything as far as lighting it, but you can get an idea of what it's going to look like in the room. We did the concrete finish, like I said, because I didn't have any more brick paper like I thought I did, so yay me. Anyway, so let's put this together and see if the Dollhouse Curator accepts our response to her challenge. Okay, so I've started setting it up, and then I realized we hadn't addressed the candles yet. I was going to do 6 crayon candles, and I was going to show you how to make them. So here we go. We've got our jumbo crayon, and actually it's green on green, which is like idiotic. So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to peel the yellow one, which will at least show. These jumbo size crayons are about the right size for a pillar size candle in real life. So I'm doing my best to just peel the paper off of here. And pillar candles can be anywhere from 3 to like 10 inches, 12 inches high. So we're just going to look at it and say, maybe right there. We're not even going to be very exact about it. And then you just take a nice sharp knife and you just gently roll. And you kind of keep it as straight as you can, because you got to remember that's going to be what the next one stands up on, like that. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to create a little tablescape of green and yellow candles on this little piece of wood. This is just, like I said, a jumbo popsicle stick. And I cut off a couple of inches. So this is where we have a hot glue gun here, and this is where the magic happens. Is we're going to take it and we're just going to melt the bottom of that crayon and stick it on the wood. I don't know if you can see this, but we're just going to gently tap and get that crayon melty, and you just press it on. And then we're going to do the same with this guy. Just tap. Get the bottom of that wax nice and liquidy. And place it on our little candlescape. And then it'll take a minute to cool, and it should help stick it down. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take the tip of your hot glue gun and you're just going to push it in like that, and you're going to let the wax, look at that wax just start to dripping, just dripping down. You're going to want to encourage that. And see what you're getting? You're getting these nice, realistic drips coming down off those candles. Press it down one side a little there, like that. And voila! You've got dripping candles. Okay, so what we have done is we melted the top of the candle again, and we just took a little bit of black thread and we stuck it in the melted wax, and it only takes a minute or two to cool back down again. And once that solidifies, that wick is in there and it looks like a burnt wick. And then once it solidifies also, we will trim it down a little bit so it's much lower. And here we are, 6 candles made out of jumbo crayons with little wicks. I got a little sloppy there, but you know, forgive me. I'll do better next time. So that leaves us with 1 tree, 2 Christmas pillows. One is there, one is there. 3 stockings. 1, 2, 3. 4 pair, no, 4 ugly sweaters. Yeah, 4, okay, 4 ugly sweaters. 1, 2, 3, 4 ugly sweaters. 5 pairs of mini brands shoes. We've got 2 here, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 5 pairs of mini brand shoes, 6 crayon candles, which we just created. The Foodie mini brands. We got to get those out. So, all right. So we've got our Foodie mini brands collection. I just used one of the canisters that the multi-pack spheres came in, and I'm just kind of digging around in here, and I see Milano cookies. That's good for a party, so we'll stick that on the table. Ooh, German chocolate cake. I'll set that right there. Who doesn't love some goldfish crackers? So those will go right there. Yes. Gotta have some soda pop. Yeah, you know, guys, they like candy, so let's offer them some Jelly Bellies. Let's put that right there. That'll do. Some pirouettes. That's 6. And we need 1 more, and I don't think we have enough soda. So even though it's a double, you always got to have more than 1 Coca-Cola out for folks. And if any of you are thinking that is a ripoff, it should all be different, then how about this? Let's put a Subway sub there, and that folks can lop off a piece and have some Subway sub if they want it. How does that grab you? So that's 7 unique Foodie mini brands items. 8 cookies. We got about 7 on this Barbie plate right here, which we talked about earlier, and we got 4 over there. 9 candy canes. So as we said, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, and then there's 2 more on here, which would make basically 10. But so we made our 9. Mini trees. We've got 10 mini trees. So that's good. 11 snowflakes. Earlier in the video we showed you that they were on the tree as decorations. And 12 presents. There are 12 glittery presents underneath our tree. And that is the 12 days of Christmas. Okay, so she's hidden right now, but we have the angel, the fireplace, and the boy doll. That's the first part of the challenge. Challenge met, I think. If the dollhouse curator takes a look, let me know, Jessica, what you think. So thank you for joining us, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.